Okay, so far we have Adam and Charlie and Emma and Caro and Lexi and Tristan. So we have some new students with us today. I know our friend that might be the one person who doesn't have a name typed. Um, we have Lexi and Jake, and they are new to our school. So they're going to kind of, sit back and see what a virtual classroom is all about this first day. But okay, whew, sorry I'm running a little behind. I had to put the dog out. Now I'm all out of breath. All right. We are going to be starting our new unit, which is a big financial literacy unit. And the students who were with me last year will definitely have some background knowledge and remember a little bit about this. And we're going to be incorporating a lot of writing into this unit, but it's going to be fun writing that's authentic and actually meaningful to you. Um, so, our new world class outcome, so this is a different one than what we had last semester, is just to create meaning strategically in reading, writing, and listening. So, you're going to be creating meaning. That means making it meaningful to you and to your classmates. All right. One thing that we're going to focus on are 4 C's. We're going to really focus on creativity this semester, whereas last semester we focused a lot on critical thinking. So this semester is creativity, and you'll see that in our opening exercise. And then, like I was just mentioning, instead of global awareness and sustainability, this semester we're going to focus a lot on financial literacy. And that's where we will be sharing our work. All right, that was a mouthful. Are there any questions so far? Okay, all right. Well, without further ado, let's start with our little opening exercise. And like I said, this is going to really focus on that creativity, making connections among ideas and coming up with stronger, fresher ideas. So this is going to be kind of fun. All right. Sorry, everything takes a minute to load, but and you're looking at this like, what? Don't worry, I'm going to explain it. We are going to be taking a look at pictures that do not have a caption. So you're looking over here, the virtual classroom kids. Sorry. Oops, went too fast. And we're going to be writing a newspaper headline. So the pictures that we are looking at have no caption or words attached to them. And we are going to make creative headlines. So, an example would be a man trying to open a jar of peanut butter. We could write a fun little newspaper headline like local man attempts to provide joy to the world by opening a jar of peanut butter. So, that's a little bit more interesting and creative than something like man has trouble opening a jar. Would you agree? I would think so. Okay, good. Okay, so that's where we're going to really try to, get creative and kind of move away from these boring statements, which a lot of times are students' opening sentences. But okay, here we go. And yes, I have everybody's assignment if you're asking me that. So we will get to those in just a second. Okay, we know in Douglas County, we like to give students lots of choices. So you personally get to choose one of these pictures. And I want you to, number one, choose the picture. And then number two, I want you to come up with a newspaper headline for whichever picture you chose. So let me give you an example. This is picture number one, this cat. Staring at a couch. I can give it a really boring newspaper headline and say something really boring like cat looks at couch. Well, yeah, that's a newspaper headline and it's to the point, but is it very creative? I don't think so. All right, so let me give you, it's about 9:35. Let me give you about a minute and a half to pick your picture and come up with a headline. I'm going to ask all of you to say it out loud as well. So you'll have to click your microphone on for just a second. Okay, thank
I
you.
have a question, Mrs. Brown.
Sure.
What's number two supposed to be? I can't really make it out.
Oh, okay. Well, here, let me actually make it a little bit bigger. That might help. But this is a very strange picture. It's a like scuba diver, and it looks
Oh
like
yeah, I see it now.
he's coming up on a bench.
Except it's all underwater somehow.
Right. Yeah. So you could have a boring newspaper headline like "Scuba diver finds bench," or something more creative.
Okay, then I'll take that choice. Choice number two. That's okay, because I
Okay.
like that one.
Perfect. Does anybody need more time? Okay, good. All right. So we're going to just verbally say our creative little newspaper headline out loud and kind of like a circle. I'll just kind of start at the top and we'll work our way down the list of names. So, Adam, why don't you go ahead and turn on your microphone and tell us which picture you chose and your creative newspaper headline?
Okay, so I picked the cat
Okay,
just because, it's a cat.
right.
Okay, so here's my news article. Extra, extra, read all about it. Cat thinks sofa talks and waits for it to talk again.
I like it. Okay, so that makes me interested. Cat thinks sofa talks and is waiting for it to speak in. I like that. Okay, that's much more interesting than cat looks at couch. Good. All right, let's move on to Charlie. So, Charlie, go ahead and turn your microphone on. There you go.
I picked the choice one, and the headline would be "Cat Picks Fight with Couch Cushion."
I like that. Cat picks fight with couch cushion. That's perfect. All right, let's move on to Emma. Go ahead and turn on your microphone and give us your newspaper headline. Emma, are you there? She might be experiencing technical difficulties, so we'll circle back to Emma. Our new student, Jake, would you please turn on your microphone and give us an example?
Um, the deep sea diver finds a bench in the sea.
All right, so deep sea diver finds bench. How about we make it even more creative? Finds lone bench in deserted sea. Yeah, yeah, that's a little bit more creative, I would say, than scuba diver finds bench. Definitely. Okay, good. Nice first start. Let's move on to Carol.
I chose number three
Okay.
because I would say the owl is trying to look like a human because it's wearing a hat.
All right. So, what kind of newspaper? Remember, a newspaper headline is kind of short and to the point, and it doesn't have to be a complete sentence because it's a headline. So, what could we say? Demented owl tries to imitate human.
Yeah.
Okay, Lexi. Carol, that was great. All right, let's move on to Lexi.
Brownish black kitty looks at beige chair in the living room.
All right. Yeah, what was your first word? How did you describe the kitty?
Brownish black.
Brownish black. I would even, because to be more creative, maybe like depressed kitty, because he looks kind of sad. That might make it a little bit more creative and interesting. But okay, good job. And then Tristan.
I actually changed to choice number one. I hope that's okay. And I'd say Lonely Kitty tries to make friends with the couch.
I love that. Lonely cat befriends couch. I like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Be a lonely kitty befriends couch. All right, Grace Elizabeth. Why don't you give us an example of something creative?
I chose choice 3. Al starts a hat making business.
Oh, wow. I like how you tied that right into our unit of financial literacy as well. Um, I would even give the owl some kind of adjective like um, entrepreneurial owl starts hat making business. That's great, you guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. You guys got this creativity opener down pat. So, all right, I'll just flip back to my main screen. All right, so now we are ready to move more into the financial literacy part. And we're going to be studying businesses and different jobs in this whole unit. And it's going to be very personal to you because the stores and jobs that might be available in, Tristan's town might be quite different than where Caro lives here in Denver. So it'll be fun to see all the differences. One thing I want you to make sure that you look at from now on is our rubric. Who can tell me what a rubric is used for?
A rubric is used to decide how you're going to be graded, and it lets you know what kind of goals you should try and get to. So you finish with that.
Yes, a rubric kind of gives you your goals, what you want to do to get the highest score possible. And then at the very end of a unit, that's how you get your grade. So let's take a look at our rubric for this unit. And I know that you guys probably didn't do this before you wrote today's assignment, but that's okay. You'll have it for all of our future assignments. So just real quickly, this is our rubric to look at. And I know it's small, but it's linked, and I will send it to you again. You're going to want to focus on these first two columns, getting scores in the 6 or 5 range. You don't even want to try for a 1 or a 2. Those are not very good scores. You're going to be graded on your ideas. That's one thing that we just worked on with our creativity opener, was coming up with creative ideas. You're going to be graded on organization of your paper or whatever it is that you're writing. Sometimes it's going to be a letter. Sometimes it'll be like a news article. So organization. Your voice. Can I hear you personally? Or do I think maybe you just cut and pasted this from the internet somewhere? I can tell if it's written in your voice. Word choice. Do we talk about, for instance, a black cat, or do we talk about a lonely, depressed cat? So choosing more vivid words. Sentence fluency. Do your sentences flow, basically, is how that should read. Does your paper have a nice flow to it? Or is it all over the place? Yeah. Do you skip around between topics? That would not be fluid. Conventions, that's your basic. Do you have periods and commas and capital letters and all of that kind of stuff? And then presentation. Really, these two are very similar. Presentation is your font readable? Did you use a bunch of colors that make it hard to read? Can you use pictures to make it better? That kind of stuff. So, do you guys have any questions on the rubric?
No, but my computer wasn't working for a couple minutes, so I missed part of VC. I
Oh,
switched over to Lily's, but
okay.
it's working now.
All right. Well, good, Emma. I'm so glad. Okay. Well, I will always remind you to make sure that you go and take a look at your rubric and try really hard to focus on these first two columns and getting a 6, a 5, or even a 4, because a 4 is not terrible. But let's not even worry about getting a 3, 2, or 1. We want to get good scores. Okay. So our first assignment for today, closing a bunch of stuff, sorry, was to research a business that you are familiar with. Now, all of you in either 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, I'm just going to tell you, are either in the pink or green columns. So really, these are the two assignments that we're going to be looking at. Slightly different. Basically, the green is 5 paragraphs, where the pink wrote 2 to 3. We're going to be talking about the business and why you like it, what the business does, and how they make a profit. Okay? All right. Are we ready to get started? Presenting?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with Charlie's because his is up on my screen and I would really love to close it. If you can, email me your work to my Gmail account the day before virtual classroom. It makes it easier. But anyway, Charlie, go ahead and turn on your microphone and tell us about your business that you chose.
I chose the Colorado Gators and Reptile Park because it's close and it's a really cool business.
Awesome. And you don't, because these kind of get to be long and people don't necessarily like to just sit and listen to people read. So why don't you do this, Charlie? And this will go for everybody. Why don't you tell us the most important things about your business and maybe the most interesting?
Well, the Colorado Gator Park, it's located at 9162 Colorado Road 9, Mosca, Colorado, and it started out as a fish farm, and they bought 100 baby alligators to dispose of the dead fish.
Oh.
And it's only a couple of minutes from our house, and they rescue alligators, crocodiles, all sorts of reptiles, and they have a parrot.
Wow.
And the reason why it's a gator park now is because the people wanted to see the alligators that the people bought to get rid of the fish.
Right.
And so they made it a business, and they made it into a business, and the water temperature was perfect for raising alligators, and they got big.
I love it. So that was going to be my next question was how does the business make a profit? And it sounds like now people pay to go see the alligators and snakes and tortoises and all the stuff that they have there. Is that right?
Yeah, and they use that money for education to educate people
Oh, wow.
about the
Right, about the different animals. This is a really cool business, Charlie. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, good work, Charlie. All right. I don't see Brianna and Ciara here today, so they are definitely going to be watching this recording. But I'm going to move on to Emma. And same thing, Emma. Just for the sake of time, because you guys are, the older grade levels, a lot of times you have really long papers. Do you have background noise? It's okay. So instead of reading it word for word, this is actually a skill that you need to learn as you get older. And it's called paraphrasing. So pick out the most important parts and interesting parts of your business and tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. So the business I chose is called Dance Space Performing Arts Academy. It is just a little bit down the road from where Children's Hospital is at Highway 7. I go there. The registration fee for one student is $25, and for 2 or more is $45. The tuition is anywhere from $65 to $402, depending on how many classes you take, and that's monthly.
Right. And so that's obviously right there. That's probably how they're making their profit is the registration fees and the tuition fees. That keeps
Yeah,
the business up and running, and it pays the instructors. Good.
they have fundraisers like booster club and father-daughter dances and kids night out. That's a little thing. It's from like 8 till 11 or something.
Sure.
Like and there's classes from ballet to hip hop to adult. They even do little kids classes.
Good.
They do birthday parties, and they have summer programs in a boutique. And some of the teachers, like Miss Reagan, travel around the country to do choreography for dances. Some offer private dance classes. Some have even went to Juilliard, like Miss Diana.
Geez, that's a prestigious school for any of you who are wondering.
I didn't even know what it was until last year.
All right. Well, those are really great fun facts about this particular business. And we were able to pick out, I think, very quickly how they make a profit. So very good job, Emma.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on to Adam. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And so, Adam, go ahead and tell us about Denver Plastics. And remember, let's not read it. Let's just talk about the most important stuff.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so Denver Plastics was founded in 1961, and before they made plastic stuff, they made highly specialized automated machines. Although for 10 years, they became really successful and decided to make plastic. So in 1982, they moved from Denver to Hudson. Their location is 560 Dahlia Street, Hudson, Colorado, and their zip code is 806422111. Now what they do is plastic injection molding. Pretty much, here's the process. A metal mold is designed to inject high melted plastic through a... Hold on.
Sorry. Did I go too fast? I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's designed to inject high melted plastic through the mold to make the design of a product. And once it's cooled, they take it out, and then they've got their product.
Wow, look at all
Now,
those.
that's a few of their products. They make the frame for motorcycles, the cases for phones, the lids for barrels. They make boxes so all the medical people can hold their instruments. They make the lid, or whatever you call it, for this watercraft, and they make those triangles for the tractors, the dashboard for these cars, and the cups for animal science. And not only that, they also make little mouse mazes.
Whoa. All right.
Now, the way they make their profit is by contracting with the customer to run their plastic parts. Depending on how well the orders come in, and with little rejects, the company can make outstanding profits. Basically, what that means is they get a good profit on how well they do.
Yes,
So if
exactly.
they do a good job on their mold or on the plastic, then they'll get some good money.
Right, and they won't be rejected by the customer. Good. And then lots of locations, it looks like.
There are 3 locations. The first location is Hudson, Colorado. It's the Denver Plastics in Hudson, Colorado. The second location is Denver Plastics, Nebraska, which is located in Wahoo, Nebraska. The third company is, well, pretty much the owner of both of those Denver Plastics, Tridad Fastener, and they're located in Alda, Nebraska.
Nice. All right. So in conclusion, it would be an excellent job for engineers because they can design the walls. Nice.
Right.
All right. I love how all of these different businesses are so different. Very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to mute now.
Okay. All right. It's Caro's turn. And I like this one too. This is like a home-based business, so it doesn't actually have a store. So, Caro, tell us a little bit about this business.
Well, cleaning, you have to be focused when you're cleaning, and I go with my mom to clean on like school breaks, and it's really fun.
Wow.
And so you have to have some few stuff that you need to do, but it depends on you too. Like, you want to make sure that no one is clean, that you want to make sure where you're cleaning no one's there, because they can go in your way.
Right. Tell me
And
about this top to bottom, like specifically how your business runs, top to bottom.
what?
Like it's best to start on the top and then work to the bottom.
Okay. So now, so if you start from the bottom, then and when you're done with the top, then you will get the floors that you just cleaned from the bottom dirty,
Right.
and you have to do it all over again.
I gotcha. So it's like clean a countertop first because the crumbs
Yeah.
fall onto the floor. So clean from top to bottom. I get it now.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. And then obviously I think you could probably guess, but tell us a little bit about how the business makes a profit.
Well, you get paid in large houses, you get paid weekly, and in small houses, you get paid daily.
Okay. And then it's probably just depending, your profit probably just depends on the size of the house and the frequency in which you're there. So that's really good, Caro.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a very interesting business. One that maybe people didn't think of as much because it's not, actual building that you walk into. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on because I know Sophia is not here right now. Let's move on to our new student, Lexi. And I will go ahead and make this bigger for you. Okay, Lexi, so tell us a little bit about your business and why you chose it, why it's interesting, and how they make a profit.
I chose Colorado Credit Union. It's a bank that gives people loans. They have 4 locations: Littleton, Brighton, Englewood, and downtown Denver. It was founded in 1973 by Johns Manville Company employees.
Okay.
My dad works there, so.
Oh, I see. All right. So it looks like JM had financial trouble and they looked for a partner. So basically in 2003, the credit union grew. Okay. All right. And so they changed the name, it looks like?
Yes, in 2005 they changed the name.
Okay.
So more people would join. And how they make money is they make money by charging more to loan people money, than pay for savings account. They pay me 10 cents if I give them $1. They charge someone else 40 cents to lend them my dollar, and the credit union keeps 30 cents.
Ah, very good. And then obviously when you're talking about 10 cents and 40 cents and 30 cents, it's not a lot, but people don't take out a loan for $1. People take out a loan for a large amount of money, like to buy a house or a car or whatever the case is. And so these numbers jump up significantly. So definitely that's how they would make that profit. So very good, Lexi.
Thank you.
Yeah, very interesting. I like all the differences here. All right. And then I also have Jake's up on the screen as well. Okay. All right, Jake. So turn on your microphone. I'm going to work on making it a little bit bigger for everybody as you get started telling us a little bit about Battle Darts.
Battle Darts is a company where you like go and play different games and stuff like Nerf games. I don't know if you've ever heard of like a Nerf gun or whatever.
I have.
So they host Nerf guns and they sell out and buy them. People, they rent them out and buy them. And they also do birthday parties and stuff there.
Right. Do you have to be a certain age in order to go and play at Battle Darts?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's good. Do they have adults ever that get to go and play? Or is it all
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so tell us a little bit about how this really fun business makes a profit.
They host Nerf games, and people buy Nerf guns from them, and they rent upgrades and stuff.
Very
And
good.
they also host birthday parties.
Exactly. And you probably, if you just want to go and play there, I'm sure you have to pay an admission fee as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of different ways that they make a profit by just your normal admission fee, or they can host a pickup game during normal business hours, also birthday parties, and then, of course, all the equipment that they sell. So very good. I love Nerf guns. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close this one. Okay. And then Victoria she asked me to share hers for the class because she is actually in San Francisco with her sister right now, who's auditioning for a national ballerina company. Don't know for sure. Anyway, she chose a business that we all know and love, which is Chipotle. I think what's interesting about Chipotle, and this is probably why she chose it, is at least they say that they use vegetables that are grown in a healthy type of soil and pigs that are allowed to roam freely. Have you ever heard the phrase free roaming? It's usually applied to chickens. Um, Basically, free range chickens. That means they're happier chickens and pigs who get to just roam around and don't live their life in a cage. Anyway, so she definitely obviously enjoys eating at Chipotle, and she thinks it's a very good quality product. So I think it's probably pretty obvious how Chipotle will make their money, obviously by selling their food products for more money than they actually, cost to buy them in the first place. So, all right. So that was a little bit on Chipotle. And then Grace Elizabeth, why don't you go ahead and turn on your microphone and tell us about Walmart.
Okay.
Okay, so it's coming up. There it is.
Okay, how it started. Walmart originally
called Walton's Five and Dime, or Walton's 510, was sold to Sam Walton, hence the name of the store, by Luther E. in 1950. After a while, Sam decided to raise the profit by lowering the prices, making more people buy. And on top of that, he was trying to come up with a new name. And with the help of his assistant, Bob Bogle, they came up with the name Walmart. And by 1978, they expanded to Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Illinois. And around that time, they also launched a pharmacy.
Oh, wow. So I do actually think this is very interesting. You think of your Walmart today and it's a huge, big superstore. Well, look at the picture here from, it looks like probably the 1950s of how it kind of started. Very interesting.
The Walmart family now makes over $91 million a year. And now the stores include a Subway, a pharmacy, dental, and to order prescription glasses and get your eyes checked.
Good.
How many stores? In the United States, there are a total of 4,177 stores and 3,275 supercenters.
Awesome. All right, so Grace Elizabeth, we have a lot of really interesting facts about Walmart. Just tell us, and it's kind of obvious, but just tell us, how does Walmart make a profit?
Well, because of some of the low prices, by lowering them, more people would be interested, and the more people would buy.
That's very true. They are big. That's one of their big things about Walmart is they say that they have very low prices, which they do. So they attract more people, and more people will buy those products. So very good, very cool. Okay, that was Walmart. Okay, and last but not least, this is a really cool one as well. This is my friend Tristan. All right, Mocha Joe's. Tell us about Mocha Joe's, Tristan.
Can you hear me?
I can.
So Mocha Joe's, I'll just tell you guys the main ideas. That doesn't take too long.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a small coffee shop in Delta, which is where I live, and it's super popular, and there are always a lot of people in there. So I focus mainly on how they make money, and they have quite a few little tricks and strategies to make some money. So the first one is it's at a really convenient location. So you can just walk there from anywhere in town because Delta's smaller, so
Yeah.
it's only like a 10-minute walk. And it's also on Main Street, and there aren't many cafes on Main Street. The second trick Mocha Joe's uses is it has really pretty furniture and art. It's a really pleasant atmosphere and a great place to go study for school or something like that. They have chess there, and they make you think like you can't study without a good cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something like that. That's how they make some more money. And the last two strategies Mocha Joe's have. Oops, you scrolled down too far. The last two strategies Mocha Joe's uses is a punch card and happy hour. So Mocha Joe's gives you a punch card the first time you come. Each time you buy a drink there, you get the card punched. After the punch card has been punched 10 times, you get a free drink. During happy hour, however, the card is punched twice for each drink you purchase. Happy hour is from 3 to 4 p.m., which is their slow hour. So normally they'd be slow and not many people would be there, but they make their slow hours big hours by including happy hour.
Yes.
And this encourages people to buy more.
Mm-hmm.
So, in conclusion, Mocha Joe's is a great coffee shop that has a few tricks for making money. It is easy to access from town and is on Main Street. Also, the atmosphere is great for studying and being with friends. There is also a happy hour and punch card. I love hanging out in Mocha Joe's.
I totally want to go to Mocha Joe's just listening to this and thinking about some warm, delicious coffee right about now. But
Yeah.
yum! Anyway, I like how Tristan actually picked out a few marketing strategies that this business uses in order to not only do they make money on overpricing coffee, which is basically the whole point of a coffee shop, um, is they sell the coffee for much more than they have to actually buy it for. But they do kind of cool things like marketing happy hour and just making their atmosphere very coffee friendly. So
Yeah, it's awesome in there. I love going there when I have to study or do a project or something like that.
oh, I love it. I totally want to drive to Delta just to go to Mocha Joe's. But all right. Um, you guys did a fantastic job on this first little step of our financial literacy and creativity unit. You're going to take it a step farther for next week. If you were in the pink group last week or green group, you're going to be in the same group again. You will be, unless I tell you differently. This time, you're going to be writing something more imaginative. That ties right in with our creativity, right? If you're
Yep.
yeah. Um, so you're going to be researching jobs at the business that you chose. So, for instance, at Mocha Joe's, what kind of jobs they would have there, what kind of jobs would be at Walmart, and so forth. And then you're going to write a little narrative, just depending on which group you're in, describing your life on the job, what you like about your job, what you would change about your job, and all relevant details. So basically, you're pretending that you work there. uh, yeah, yeah. So it's really it's going to be fun, and I've linked a fun little brain pop on imaginative writing for you to watch. My new students, they might not know the brain pop logins. So let me just write those again. Login and password. This is for brain pop. Colorado Cyber and oops, I lied. See, I have to think about it. EDCSE, and then the password is Colorado Cyber. There we go. Okay, so that's your little login and password for that Brain Pop movie when you get to it. Make sure that you go back and just take a look at your rubric. Make sure your ideas, and we're really kind of starting at the top here, your ideas are creative, your organization is there, and that your voice is heard in your paper. Today was perfect. I saw everybody's voice, and our ideas have started off strong. So, yay! And somebody is asking me if it's the same login for testing. No, the Brain Pop login is definitely much different than your STAR testing login. Brain Pop login is right here, okay? EDCSD and then password Colorado Cyber. So, all right. Any questions on what you'll be doing for next week? Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
How
welcome.
long does the narrative paper have to be?
Well, and you're looking into the green group. You're going to at least have those 2 to 3 paragraphs, Emma, if not more. Okay. For
Okay.
in the green group. All right. And yes, that's totally fine, Tristan. Okay. So you guys are ready to go. Free to log off, and I'll see you later.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
See you next
Bye, Miss
time.
Bruns.